Hey tea heads, this is Don from Mei Leaf. Welcome to Reviewing Supermarket Teas. In this series, I get to blind taste teas that have been kindly sent in to us from tea heads around the world, purchased from their local supermarket, not a specialty tea shop. I get to guess what the tea is, try to figure out the price point, and then rate the tea from 0 to 10, from poison to pinnacle tea. If we get a score of 10, that means that the tea is good enough to be called a Mei Leaf tea. For those of you who don't know, we taste hundreds and hundreds of teas every year, and we curate the pinnacle teas, the best teas possible, to be called a Mei Leaf tea. That forms part of the Mei Leaf collection every year. We do not expect supermarkets to reach these lofty heights. Anything above a 7 or 8 is unbelievable for supermarkets, because supermarkets have very, very different pressures that they have to follow when they are making their purchasing decisions. I would say anything above a 5 to 7 is commendable. Obviously, the purpose of this series is not just to criticize supermarkets, but try to encourage supermarkets to improve their tea offerings so that more people can experience better quality brews. Right, let's get stuck in here. These teas have been sent to us by Sarah and Marie from Vienna. Thank you so much for sending these teas, and thank you so much for the little gift that you gave for our daughter. Very, very much appreciated. The teas are from DENN's supermarket in Austria. Apparently, Celine tells me that they specialize in organic produce, so I'm guessing that these teas are organic, but I'll find out when we reveal the information. Thank you, Sarah and Marie. Right, let's get started. Let me get a scale here, and we will check out the first tea. I have no idea what to expect. Hopefully, some great teas. As I said, the purpose here is not to just criticize supermarket teas. I would love it if I could celebrate supermarkets that are doing a great job. Right, let's see. This looks like a Darjeeling to me, so I'm going to put in 3 grams of this. A little bit more. Let's do 3.5 grams. We're going to be brewing in our tiny Gaiwans, so 70 ml Gaiwans. Really, really convenient. It means I don't have to drink a lot of tea. Water's already heated up at 70 degrees. That'll be enough to smell those dry leaves, and I'm going to turn the temperature up. Right. Here you go. Take a look at these leaves. I say that it's a Darjeeling simply because of the amount of green flecks in here. This definitely looks like Darjeeling. Broken up, you can see that it's a cut leaf, therefore you're getting a bit of stem in there. But generally it looks like a decent quality black Darjeeling tea. Those the uneven oxidation is what is a telltale sign that it's Darjeeling. Okay, let's give these leaves a smell. Not bad. Nice perfume, nice aroma. Sweet, high aroma. I'm liking it. So far, so good, Sarah and Marie. It's got this classic high mountain Darjeeling Nepalese tea aroma, which is sort of verdant sweetness, a bright green sweetness to it, a herbal sweetness, and just high mountain air. Right, we're at 90 degrees, which is where I would want to be for this tea. We're going to give it a very quick rinse so I can smell the wet leaves. Conscious of the fact that they're very broken, so I'm going to have a very small aperture on my Gaiwan. Try not to lose too many of these leaves. Right. Wet leaf smell. Yeah, nice. Nice. Got a good rounded aroma. That high mountain aroma is there. Alpine flowers, sweetness, very, very sweet aroma. I am liking that. Ooh, we're off to a good start. Okay, so we're going to brew these. You can see the leaf, how sort of green it is. This is what's interesting about Darjeeling black teas. It's sort of like a combination of a black tea and a green tea all in one. So you get a freshness of green, but you get the depth and sweetness of a black tea. Okay, we're going to do a relatively quick brew here. I know, for all those people saying that's not how you brew Darjeeling, you should use a different cupping method. I like to brew everything Gong Fu style. I find it brings out it gives me a good experience of the tea. I'm so used to Gong Fu brewing that it helps me to sort of differentiate between all the teas. But of course, brew your tea how you would like, people. Right. Very, very much enjoying that aroma. Color of the liquor, nice golden liquor. Very vibrant golden liquor. Yep. Tick, tick, tick. Now, is it going to be astringent? That's what's going on in my head. Because of the cut leaf, that has a tendency to bring out more astringency. Answer is yes, it's more astringent than I would want. It's not as thick as I would want. And it leaves a sort of dry, stony, slightly sour, not overly sour. It's still a much better Darjeeling tea than a lot of Darjeelings that I've been tasting, including very expensive ones. Taste. Slight milkiness there. A little creaminess going on, like that. The pickings look decent as well. It doesn't look, you know, it looks like even though it's broken up and cut up, that's just the style of making this tea. But the pickings look decent. The leaves look young. Taste is sweet, slightly woodsy, a little bit of a mulchy leaf kind of note to it, but not shabby at all. Right, let's have a sniff of this empty Gong Da Bei. Again, pretty good. Sweetness, candy floss kind of sweetness happening. And yeah, just a simple candy floss sweetness, but pleasant and demonstrates decent quality tea bushes. Again, very, very noticeable with one infusion. I'm going to brew this again. If this is the way we start, then DENNs, you are doing a good job. Very happy with this. I would happily sip along here. Right, let's start to try to get some conclusions here. This is definitely a Darjeeling, for sure. Darjeeling black tea, even though they've got green specks in it, it's a Darjeeling black. I would say it's relatively high altitude. Great aroma, licoricey cinnamon, like those kind of woody sweetness, but simple. All simple, but all pleasant. Darjeeling black tea, price point on this could be 10 to 15 cents a gram. I would say, let's throw it in the middle, 12 cents a gram. 12 cents a gram, maybe more, maybe 15 cents a gram. Let's say 15 cents a gram. Yeah, a little wintergreen note coming through as well. That salicylic acid, a little bit of that sort of liniment note happening. Very, very nice. Score, let's look at our rating here. It's definitely, you can call it tea. It's definitely above Mei. It's definitely worth reinfusing. I would say it's definitely even above stashable. I'm going to give this a 6.6. It's a good tea. As a daily drinker, I am very happy with that. Very, very happy. Take a look at those leaves again. And let's check out the info. Here we go. Tea number 1. Here you can see it before me. So is this an organic? Oh, don't know. Celine did not write whether or not it's organic. She said to me that apparently this DENN's is specializing in organic. Hand-picked Darjeeling black, 8 cents a gram, really good value. You know what? Hats off, chapeau, I'm very happy with that. Thank you, Sarah and Marie. Let's move on to tea number 2, and hopefully DENN's keeps up the quality. So tea number 2, let's see what we have here. Okay, another loose leaf tea. This is gunpowder tea. You can see by the telltale little pellets. So I'm gonna put in about 3.5, let's do 4 grams there. It's gonna open up. Smells a bit old from the scent in the tin. Smells like it's not the freshest of teas. Right, let's get another one of these guy ones. Note here, I have noted that there's a matcha chawan here, so I'm assuming that one of these teas is a matcha. Right, we're gonna, what we got here? Temperature 85 degrees, that should be good. We're gonna heat this guy one up. I've rinsed the Guangdao Bay and the cup. In go these leaves. You can take a look at them here. Decent color, standard sort of gunpowder look, sort of that gun-metal green look. Gunpowder tea tends to be on the cheaper end of the spectrum in terms of tea. Okay, let's have a smell. Yeah. So this smells old. This smells, yeah. Definitely over a year, probably over 2 years old. This has been sitting for a while. It has a decent sort of creamy note to it, a little bit of strawberry happening, a little bit of that, but it smells a little bit like sort of stale biscuits, if you know what I mean. Yeah, a little bit stale. It may have been a better tea if it was fresher. Let's give it a snifter on the wet leaves. Not much. Not much happening there. Not many aromatics that I can pick up. I mean, it's there. You're getting a slightly sour note happening. Like sour green vegetables, like spinach that has been cooked and then mixed with a bit of lemon juice and maybe left overnight, if you know what I mean. A bit stale smelling, a bit sour. There is a little bit of that shortbread sweetness there, but as I said, shortbread that's been left in the cupboard with the packet open for a bit too long. But credit where credit's due. Still loose leaf tea, and you know, the pickings look decent, the quality looks pretty decent in terms of the look. Here we go. Color of the liquor a little bit more orange than I would want. Give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Thank you, Sarah and Marie. Yeah. A lot of dryness, a lot of dustiness in the taste. Nothing really vibrant going on. Just got a very stale taste to it. Let's try and dig beneath those layers a little bit and try to give you some flavor notes. There's a bit of that Sakura cherry blossom note happening on the top, but it's really, really covered over with a dusty, stale taste and a dry texture. Not my favorite type of tea. Yeah, definitely getting more and more sour. As you get more of that dissolved solids in the leaf, you start to pick up that this is not a high quality tea. This is sort of low altitude. This is, yeah, this is your sort of low grade Chinese green tea. Very sour hit. Sour, dry, stale. Not much going for it. So, gunpowder green tea, price point on this, well, 3 to 5 cents a gram. Let's say 5 cents a gram. If it's organic would be my guess. I'm not saying it's worth that, but that would be my guess. And score. Okay, well, this is definitely under 5. It definitely wasn't worth reinfusing. Meh is definitely above a 3. You can call it tea. Does it hit the lofty heights of a meh? You know what? I'll give it 4.1, just over meh. 4.1 for this gunpowder tea. Let's take a look at what this is all about. Yeah, again, I don't know if it's organic. Assumption is it is organic. Gunpowder green tea, 4 cents a gram, pretty much exactly what it should be, around that price point. There you go. Let's move on to tea number 3. Still got that furry tongue. Not pleasant. But that's what you get with lower quality greens. All right, tea number 3. Okay. Looks like another green tea, unless I have seen some yellow teas that are being thrown around in the market a little bit that look similar to this, but I'm guessing this is a green tea. Let's take a good look at this. This one's not as obvious. Broken leaf again. Looks like it's gone through a machine processing with all of those sort of sharp cut stems. So this again doesn't look like it's been sort of handmade. Again, I'm seeing uneven coloring here. I'm seeing bright lime greens and darker greens, which makes me think it's either a sort of bottom of the bag, low grade Chinese green, but I would guess that this is more from sort of Nepal, Darjeeling area. If I had to guess just by the look of those leaves. Right, let's give it a smell and see if that tells us anything. Okay, we've got that high mountain aroma again. Nepalese or Darjeeling would be my guess. Slight sour note happening, but not unpleasant. Like kombucha, a little bit kombucha that's been left to go a bit vinegary. Alpine flowers, a bit too vinegary for me. So I've got 80-degree water here. The kettle is cooling down to suit the tea. Again, need to have a very small aperture so I don't lose these broken leaves. Wet leaf. Not bad. Not bad. Reminds me of the Darjeeling that we had at the beginning, the first tea. It reminds me of the same sort of aromatics, just a bit fresher. Slight creaminess, slight gooseberry fool, gooseberry pudding, a little bit of elderflower. But there is a more mulched aroma there as well. Yeah, a little bit mulched grass, a bit. It doesn't have the same vibrancy and freshness, but it's pretty good. It is pretty good. Okay. Tasting. The color of the liquor looks like it's going to be hopefully a little bit less orange than the gunpowder. Let's see. A little bit more golden. Yeah, a little bit brighter. Okay. Tea number 3 from DENN's. Cheers. Texture is thicker. Finish is astringent, but not the same furriness as that Chinese green tea. It's altogether more elegant, a little bit more pure. Not bad. A slight playful bitterness, which is quite enjoyable, moving to sweetness. Definitely has a strength about it. I can immediately feel as I'm swallowing that this is going to be a little bit of a rushier tea. Taste is a combination of those high alpine flowers, meadows, and a creamy, slight, I want to say, what fruit is it? Maybe like a very, very light green melon sweetness. But then the downside is it's got a slightly stewed note to it. It's got a sort of mulched, again, sour green vegetable note happening, but it's not as extreme as with tea number 2, the gunpowder tea. Not bad. Let's take a look at those leaves. What do we have here? I'm going to say that this is, I'm going to say, I'm going to smell that black Darjeeling again. Very similar. I'm going to say this is a Darjeeling, but green tea. Darjeeling green. Not bad. Price point will probably be similar to the Darjeeling black, which, what was that? It was 8. I shouldn't really allow that to affect. I'm going to say 10 cents per gram. Score on this. I wouldn't really, I mean, it's worth reinfusing, but I wouldn't say it's stashable. I would say it's a 5.3. 5.3. Right, let's see what this is. Number 3. Yeah. Darjeeling green, 9 cents per gram. So pretty much, I'm going to guess it's from the same estate or the same company as that black tea. Again, pretty good. DENN's, you know, you're not doing bad. You're skirting at that, around that 5, score of 5 around. That's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Right, I'm a little bit dreading the next part because I'm guessing that this is matcha time. So the reason I say I'm dreading this is because there is nothing worse than drinking bad matcha. Yep, this looks like matcha. Yes, it is. All right, let's take a little look at the color of this. Yeah, not as vibrant as you would want. A little bit sort of muted yellow color, but we will put a couple of these in here and we will hope for the best. Matcha, because you're drinking the actual leaves, you're actually consuming it. I'm always a little bit more wary. All right, we've got 70 degrees. Again, the kettle is just following the teas perfectly. We're going to give a little bit of water in here and get a little paste going. Not the most vibrant color in the world. Not looking forward to this. Oh, smells like hazelnuts. I hope this isn't a flavored matcha. If that is not a flavored matcha, then that is really bad. It smells like sort of stale nuts. Right, I'm gonna put a little bit more of this water in. Let's see. Try not to get it all over me. See what we can do in terms of a froth here. Again, muted colors, nothing particularly special there. Looks like pond water. Froth is dissipating quite quickly, but cheers, everybody. Oh no, 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 no. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Sour, stale, dry, astringent, chalky. Whoa, sour. Oh, no sweetness there at all. Oof, that's not a good matcha. That's really not a good matcha. Why do I keep wanting to drink another bit? Okay, one more. It's just wrong on all levels. Bitter, sour, stale, chalky, coarse. There's no creaminess. There's no sweetness. It is just wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Do not like that matcha at all. I am so sad that DENN's final tea let it down so badly. Right, so this is clearly a matcha. Price point, usually these cheaper matchas are around $20 for 30 grams. It sort of becomes standardized. So we're probably looking at about 70 cents a gram, 60 cents a gram. Score on this, I would say this is in hold your nose territory. 2.5, hold your nose. Really, really disappointing matcha. Let's see number 4, what this is. Well, it's clearly a matcha. Fukuoka matcha, this is Japanese matcha. And the price point is 55 cents per gram. It's, again, as I said, pretty much a standardized thing there. Ugh, not very nice at all, I'm afraid. Not very nice at all. There you go. Look at this matcha one more time. So let's take a look at the final scores for DENN's. Pretty good for their loose leaf teas, around 5s, even above a 6. That's commendable, but this matcha really let them down, and I have to say I'm feeling it immediately in my stomach. Not a nice feeling at all. Thank you to Sarah and Marie for sending these teas. If you would like to contribute teas from your local supermarket, then make sure they come from a supermarket and not a specialty tea store. Make sure you include all the information in the pack. Try to pick a selection which is representative of the supermarket, but maybe occupies more of the higher end range of their offerings, and make sure that you mark on any pack that you send us that these are supermarket teas so that Celine can grab them and I don't know anything about them. That's it, tea heads. Check out our other videos. Taste our teas wherever you are in the world by browsing mayleaf.com. Visit our tea house if you're ever in London. Other than that, I'm Don from Mei Leaf. Thank you for being a part of the revelation of true tea. Stay away from those tea bags. Keep drinking the good stuff and spread the word, because nobody deserves bad tea. Bye.